The UK land market is potentially at a crossroads. Values have risen by approximately 300% in the last 10 years on the back of optimism, increased commodity prices, and fundamentally the shortage of supply, coupled also with the taxation advantages of owning land. Any market that rises that far so quickly has to, at some point to reach a peak or a plateau, and I think where we sit today is probably at that point. We've got depressed commodity prices. Optimism is certainly on retreat across many sectors of the industry, and people are now questioning whether values can be sustained at their current levels. That said, that there is still no indication of an increase in supply of land, and until that happens, I think we're still going to find that supply and demand do not equate in many areas. So undoubtedly, there will continue to be a strong market for the fully equipped 500-acre farm, with a lot of new money coming in for those farms from rollover receipts as a development market. We are finding much more variable results from sales, certainly where there's 2 or 3 people with cash still able to compete for land, very firm prices, and certainly here in Yorkshire, £10,000 per acre is not uncommon, and we've even got some sales up to £15,000 or £16,000 per acre. But conversely, there are also parcels of land not attracting competitive interest at all if they're just in a parish where the neighbours are just not able to raise the money at the moment. So we suspect, as a company, that we're probably at that peak. Not to say that values will come down across the board, but we expect this wider divergence in prices achieved. So where there is demand, then prices will probably stay where they are. But in those areas where just demand is not there, prices will potentially fall. As a company, we have now adjusted our forecast for the next 5 years, and what we're saying is that within this divergence of values, that average land values may over the next 3-year period fall by up to 10%. Despite the general lack of optimism 6 months ago, what we've found is that as the year has come towards an end, that people have ended up still paying quite good firm prices for land where it's available. It's that once in a lifetime opportunity, and that will continue into next year. There is no indication of large acreages coming onto the market. We are in national terms at about historic lows in terms of volume, and so long as that position remains unchanged, then there is supply is still not going to equate to demand in areas. But we are, to answer your question, we are expecting a wider variance in prices achieved